Breathing makes me happy, you guys. I'm just so happy to be alive. Like, we are so much more than just our appearance, than just our physical body. Sex advice. Okay, we're going there. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me that we're spending this time together. It's a rainy Sunday in New York and I thought it would be a perfect day to film a Q&A. Got my water. I love water so much and I have it resting on this really cute tray that I thrifted. It's just great. I have literally so many questions from you guys. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Yonomi_Hitomi. Okay, first one. What is your ethnicity? I'm half Japanese, half Venezuelan. My mom immigrated from Caracas, Venezuela to the United States of America. I was gonna say Los Estados Unidos. And then my dad moved to New York when he was 18 from Okinawa, Japan. And they met here. They're both architects. They met at like some architecture party or something like that, got married at City Hall, and I was born. What would you tell your 17-year-old self? 100% I would tell myself about the power of the breath. It's a tool that we all have and it can change our physiology depending on how we use it and can literally stop all anxiety. Like, I don't have anxiety anymore because I know how to respond to my heart beating fast. And I've said this before, but I'm gonna remind you guys, if you're having anxiety, extend your exhale, maybe do a 4-count inhale and an 8-count exhale. It's so grounding, activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It definitely will shorten the length of your anxiety attacks and can help you have them less frequently, and then eventually maybe they'll disappear, which is what happened to me. So that's just the biggest tool. Conscious breathing. And adversely, if you're really tired and you want to wake up, you can extend your inhale for more prana, and it's much more empowering breath when you double the length of your inhale and shorten the length of your exhale. Did you go to university or college? I went to college in Santa Barbara for a little bit, and I took also a course at FIT in New York City. When I was in Santa Barbara, I was going to school for film. I was taking out student loans. I have absolutely no money saved up for my college at all. I'm one of 5 kids, so none of us had any college fund or anything like that. It was just so stressful for me. I don't like the idea of being in debt, and it was just hanging over my head. It was the first time I lived alone. I moved out at 17. I pretty much had no real friends there, and I was freaking out about paying my rent, paying for school, and working all the time and doing homework and getting good grades. I was also extremely depressed, so it was so much, and I've talked about this a while ago. I don't really want to rehash it, but I tried to kill myself so many times during that period because I felt so alone. I felt like trapped almost. Like, if I don't continue doing everything that I'm doing that makes me feel like I want to die, then I will be like on the street, or like there's no way that my parents can support me financially. I just felt so alone, and the main feeling was that I was still a kid and I needed to have some support, and I didn't have that. I ended up dropping out of college and quitting my student loans before it got too late. I just wasn't stable enough, honestly, to be doing half the things that I was doing. I moved in with my mom. She had just moved to LA to study acupuncture, so I slept on her floor, which she had no furniture for the first few months, just slept on the floor of her room and worked at Zara basically full time, and then saved up and moved to New York a few months later when I was 18. And New York just felt like home. The big tall buildings just felt like a warm hug, and I felt like I could cry every time I walked into my room. And I was so grateful to have a bed too, because for the 4 months prior to that I didn't even have a bed. I want to go to college when it's not going to jeopardize my mental health and when I can actually afford it, so I still would love to go to college and study environmental politics and sustainability, but only when I have a stable financial situation, because otherwise I will die inside slowly. What's your biggest inspiration for your unique fashion? Thank you for saying it. Your unique fashion sense. I love your style and you. Thank you so much, Hallie Burns. You're the sweetest. Everything has affected my fashion sense, and living in New York especially is like, I just see people on the street and I get so inspired. But the main thing is that I really like to energetically feel called to certain pieces at the thrift store. Like, I thrifted this, I think like 2 weeks ago, and it's Oscar de la Renta, but I got it at Beacons for very cheap, and it's this beautiful fabric. It's so elegante, and I don't know, it just really calls to me. It makes me feel good, and that's kind of how I decide how to buy something. If I can see a million different visions of me wearing it and it's kind of practical but still out there, I love to buy just very different pieces that are wearable, and I just feel like I have a relationship with all the clothes in my closet. I'm like, hi guys, I'm gonna wear you today. And it's really fun. I have like an energetic connection to everything that I wear, which makes even getting dressed a meditation, and also makes me way more mindful of my clothing consumption. When did you first start practicing spirituality, and was it difficult at first? It was not difficult for me at all because I just completely resonated with it. I didn't have to suffer and cause turmoil in my mind by expecting so much from every situation, and that changed my life. And of course, the law of attraction just brought me into the idea of the energetic quality of all things and the quality of my thoughts. It really made me stop talking shit about anyone. I honestly stopped cursing, and I didn't talk badly about anyone or myself, and people would not want to hang out with me because they would say I was too nice.
No, Hitomi's too nice, like I don't want to go with her.
People in high school just love to judge each other, and at the time I felt like I wasn't in that headspace. But yeah, my spiritual journey has always just felt so aligned, and I just resonated with my heart, man. So something that you may or may not know about me is that I love doing different characters. Like, I love doing skits, I love improv. I kind of want to do a little acting reel right now. When I do things in my life, it's not about being the best at them, it's about enjoying myself and having fun and exploring a part of myself, like singing, dancing, playing guitar. I'm very mediocre at all of those things, but I'm still gonna do them because I enjoy them. It was all just a game. And I'm sorry, I made a fool of myself, and I lied to you, and I don't deserve your forgiveness. I'm not asking for it. I just wanted you to know the truth.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on.
Call me crazy, but for the first time in my miserable life, I actually feel free. I actually feel like I have something to live for, and I'm not trading that for anything, especially not you. I actually like who I'm becoming. I can't believe that I'm saying this right now. So you know what? Thank you. Thank you for fucking everything up, because I really needed that. But now it's time for you to go. How do you cope with loneliness? Yeah, this is a tough one and a real one. I can very easily fall into this loneliness where I literally do nothing and I sleep all day. But the more that I choose to do a spiritual practice when I'm lonely, the more that my creativity flourishes, the more that I get excited to be alone and make everything special around me. Do some Yoni breathing or some like breath work, and that will drop you into a different state of being, a different vibration, and it won't feel as scary to be alone. Another thing is just having a bunch of art supplies all around you, because art is just so relaxing and nurturing. Why did you move to New York? I moved here because I just love the energy, and I have met so many amazing people here, and I feel like so free to express any single part of myself. It's a place that really inspires me to step up to my highest self and to go after the things that I want and to get good at my craft. How do you deal with heartache and get closure? Oh man, it took me like a good 1.5 years to get over my ex, and I literally just felt like I would die without him, which is a very scary kind of love. Time, dude. I know that's like not the answer that you probably want to hear, but time is definitely the biggest one. How much do you weigh? I weigh 117 pounds. It's between 117 and 120 right now. How old are you? I just turned 21. Fun. Do you want kids? I would love to. I'd be blessed to have a child. Yes, I want to have like 2 kids and then maybe adopt a child as well. Sex advice. Okay, we're going there. Not rushing to climax. That is such a big thing, is not only waiting for that huge grandiose moment during sex, but enjoying every single part of it. It makes every single part so delicious and like enjoyable and orgasmic, and really helps you give your partner what they need when you're not rushing through anything. It helps you learn about your body, and it just makes everything so much more sensitive and tingly. Not just doing it so that you can climax, but doing it to have an experience with someone and cultivate love and sexual energy up your spine. And if you want to learn more about Tantra, you can download my app, Hitomi Now, in the Apple Store, and it will be available for Android. I get so many questions on this. I am saving up to create the Android build, like the code for it basically, but it will be out in the next few months, and it will have all the videos that are on it now will be available on Android. So you're not missing out on anything, it's just going to be a little bit later. How do you practice self-love? So for me, I thought self-love just meant doing yoga and meditation, but then I realized that that wasn't changing the way that I felt about myself necessarily, and I still felt like I had low self-esteem even though I was doing so much yoga and meditation. So I've slowly been learning what self-love means to me, and I truly think it's different for everyone, but for me, self-love means having at least one night a week where I'm alone in my apartment, because I have a studio apartment with my boyfriend, and so one night alone where I can do my Yoni egg practice alone and light candles all around me, take a shower, lotionize my body, just dance naked in my apartment. Self-love is also me doing my laundry because otherwise it stresses me the heck out, and cleaning. I don't know, these are just random things that make me feel so good and like I'm taking care of myself and just make me want to love myself even more. I've been kind of a junk food vegan, but what I do is I at least try to have one meal a day that's full of vegetables. So I've been loving steamed kale and broccoli rabe with garlic, lemon over a bed of quinoa and toasted chickpeas. That's like my go-to healthy veggie meal, and I'll make 80% of that meal just vegetables, and that makes me feel good. Even if I had a vegan pizza or vegan like chicken tenders, if I have a whole bowl of veggies, then I feel like I'm more in balance, and that is such a big self-love thing. Oh god, what's your life motto? My life motto is, well, what I've recently been really feeling is to be free in your heart, and I posted this on my Instagram story because a lot of people ask me how I feel about getting hate, or they're like, oh my god, I saw these really mean comments about you, I'm so sorry, you don't deserve that. Or someone emailed me the other day like, I don't know why so many people hate you, but I really like you. And honestly, it used to get to me way more, but lately I've just been feeling so free in my heart and in my life, and loving who I'm becoming and loving just exploring who I am as a person, that it doesn't matter to me what anyone else says, especially about my physical appearance. Like, yes, I do care what people think on some level, but if it's just hatred, then I just take it with a grain of salt, because it's just ridiculous to completely judge someone and tear someone apart because of the way that they look. Like, we are so much more than just our appearance, than just our physical body, and I mean, I'm just so content. Like, I love breathing. Breathing makes me happy, you guys. Like, that breath feels so good and so joyful, and I get to dance and create art with the way that I move every single day. Like, that is such a gift. Just being alive to me is such a gift, and it's so corny, but I wake up every day like it's my birthday, and I just want to explore who this person is and like what my past and my stories can help me create and become and evolve to. I'm just truly surrendering to every part of life and so excited about it that, like, hate comments and people not liking me, I'm just like, okay, good. I'm glad that you know that you don't like me. At least that's something that you know about yourself. Like, I know that not everyone's gonna like me. I'm loud, I'm passionate, I can be intense about love, and it's cool, man. So basically, my life motto has been, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or feels about you as long as you're free in your heart. And that means something different for everyone. The idea that we are all energy just really resonates with me. Everything is recycled, everything is borrowed. This time, this body, this energy, this knowledge that I'm sharing with you isn't mine. It's just something that I've learned that's been passed down for so many years that I'm now sharing. And when I die, someone else is gonna share it. And this is the main reason why I can't have spiritual ego, like, at all, because I don't own anything. No thought that I could possibly have is truly original, I feel like, because it's all a mix-up of everything that I've ever come across and encountered in my life. I'm just sharing with you what I know, sharing with you my experiences, and maybe something will resonate with you. I'm just here for the time being, and I want to do the most good and share the most enriching thing that I possibly can on the internet. Nothing is actually mine. I don't own literally anything, and I'm just happy to have this experience and create love in my life. Yeah. I really truly honor where everyone is at their spiritual journey, and everything is energy in my mind, and so that's how I'm gonna see the world, but I'm not gonna force my views upon anyone. If you resonate with them, then I'm so happy and we can just explore and talk about it and feel the same way, but if you don't, that's really cool too. It feels so good to just be really open-minded all the time and constantly be a student and a teacher. Can we practice Yoni exercise without the Yoni egg? Definitely. I have the jade egg, which I just think is a great egg to start with. This is it. It's clean. I wash it every time and I just Palo Santo'd it. Smells good. Yeah, so this is it, and this is what you can use to do different tantric practices to sensitize your yoni, to help become aware of mula bandha, the root lock, and to help you rise energy up instead of leaking it outward, which is the basis of what Tantra is cultivating sexual life energy up into chi energy instead of depleting it every single time you're having intercourse. But you can most definitely do these practices without the yoni egg, because the yoni egg is just an extra tool, but the main thing it's doing is just squeezing and tightening the insides of your yoni, so you don't need the physical object to do that, but you can visualize, feel the energy, and squeeze your yoni. This is just a little extra thing. How to find good love. Okay, don't settle. I settled for so long in my life because I didn't feel worthy of a love that felt good. And when I took the time to be celibate, because that's what I really needed to heal everything that was going on in my womb space and all of the like literal shit that I've experienced in relationships and in hookups. Ugh, like, I'm telling you guys, I can't believe how far I've come in this life, because I thought that anytime a guy wanted to sleep with me, I had to do it, because anytime that I said no, they wouldn't listen. I felt completely sexualized. Every time I walked into a room, I felt like, because of all the experiences that had happened to me growing up, that my only worth was in my body, because that's all anyone else cared about. And it was really toxic and self-harming to have that mindset, like, oh yeah, people literally only care about my body. But when I took the time to be celibate and learn to use my voice and learn to actually say no, it really changed my life. And right after that 9 months was over, I met the person that I'm with now, because I truly felt like I could be alone. I truly felt like I could state my boundaries. I definitely think that you have to be ready and willing to look at the things that you may not like about yourself, and be ready to not react when someone tries to open you up and see why you are the way that you are, or break down your walls. And there's this quote by Rumi: the purpose of life is not to seek love, but to seek and break down all the walls we have built up against it. So it's a lot of different aspects, but I guess the main thing is be ready to learn a lot about yourself if you want to find good love, and don't settle for a love that doesn't feel good. Some things do take time, and when it's meant to be, it will most definitely happen. Like, I literally met Eric when I was meditating under a tree. Okay, next question, also going with relationships, is how's your open relationship going? And it's going really well. I feel like so many people got annoyed or just very judgmental about my video where I said I was in an open relationship, because people just have so many projections and so much conditioning around relationships that they're just like, well, it's not gonna work, well, you're gonna get an STD, well, you're just not faithful enough to be with one person, or just all these different things. And I'm like, that's not me. That's like whatever you're conspiring in your mind about me, but that's not actually how I feel or who I am. And to be honest, neither of us have actually even been with anyone else or made any moves towards someone else, like genuinely. It's just the notion of being open energetically if it happens, you know? We're not seeking other people or seeking anything outside of what we have, but we just want to feel open right now. And particularly me, like I said, I was the one who opened this conversation with him. I am not someone to jump into bed with someone that I barely know or who I don't feel energetically connected to. How did you stop being comfortable in depression and manifest positive energy? I had to change my perspective. Honestly, I had to leave that old apartment that I was in, the one that I moved in right after I lived in LA, because I had so many breakdowns there. I had all of my like self-harming things around me in hidden spots. Like, I had a razor underneath a candle, or I would have another one in my bathroom. I just feel like that place was filled with my own goddamn negative energy. And so when I went to Bali, I cleared a lot of that away, and coming back to my apartment from all of my travels in Asia, I felt the weight of them. And I moved 2 months after that because my lease was up. So I think the biggest thing is having a change in perspective, because sometimes everything around you can just be so low vibe that it makes it so hard for you to step out of that, even if you really want to, like mentally and emotionally. If everything around you is triggering you, it's just gonna keep bringing you down. So yeah, man, even if you just go away for like a week to your grandparents' house, or maybe that might be triggering for you, I don't know. Even if you just go away for a week to somewhere new, and then you come back and cleanse your space and like rearrange your whole entire apartment or room, that can really help to make the energy feel new. I think a lot of us are living around stagnant energy or don't know how to move our own energy. We go through so much shit in this lifetime. Like, it is crazy to me how much stuff that like can happen in the course of a year that can be shitty or that can be really great, but like, humans go through a lot, and I think it's important that we know how to cleanse our own energy. I love using Palo Santo. The main thing that I love doing though is like cleansing breath works, like fiery breath works, where I feel like I'm really expelling my air out. Also, if you have a Yoni, whenever you're having your period, that can be an amazing time to set the intention of release, of unblocking channel, of getting rid of unwanted energy, because your uterine lining is just being released and so much blood is flowing out. All the energy that your body put into preparing your womb to have a baby is being released, and so you can definitely use that as a time to let go. So try to do that if you can and make your space your sanctuary. Also, having positive notes around is really nice. My friend Maddie has a bunch of positive affirmations on her mirror, so every time she looks in the mirror, even if she wants to think something negative, there's a bunch of positive reminders there. And even the act of like writing those down and putting them on your mirror is so cute. Like the fact that a human being would like write nice things about themselves and put them on the mirror just to like make them feel happy is so sweet. New York, New York, start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Oh God, you gotta love the sirens. I don't even know where I was at there, but I love you guys. Thank you for caring, even in the slightest bit, what is going on in my mind or what I have to say about certain things. It really is so humbling and means the world to me that you even care like how my day was. That is just so sweet. Like that's so sweet. I just want to freaking cry that someone actually cares. I thank you guys for being on your own spiritual journeys. I know this life can be hard and confusing to navigate, just constantly changing, and you might not be sure how to deal with it. So thank you for taking the time to ask me any questions. I love you guys so much. I hope I see you in a video soon, and have a good day. Bye.